All right, today we're going to break down a really powerful blueprint for how to take $50,000 and turn it into a full-blown, self-sustaining growth system. And listen, this isn't about just spending money. It's about deploying capital, making every single dollar work for you. So let's dive right in.
So here's the big question, right? How in the world do you turn 50K into over 400K in just 12 months? I know, it sounds a little crazy. But this plan, it's not based on hope. It's all built on a very specific mindset and a series of really calculated moves. And it all starts with one core idea.
And that idea is what's called aggressive mode. Now, don't let the name fool you. This is not about being reckless. It's the exact opposite. It's about controlled, intentional expansion, all designed to build a predictable, scalable ecosystem that kicks off revenue and builds your authority.
Okay, so, any good plan needs a crystal clear target. You got to know where you're going. So before we get into the nitty-gritty of where the money goes, let's look at exactly what we're trying to build in just 1 year.
This number right here, this is the big one. This is the North Star for the whole operation, hitting $25,000 to $40,000, not in a year, per month, in recurring revenue. That's the primary goal.
And look, that kind of revenue doesn't just magically appear. It's supported by these 4 pillars. You've got a thriving paid community, a steady stream of high-value clients, 2 core programs that can scale, and a live event that's its own profit center. Each one of these feeds that big monthly goal.
So here's the game plan. This is the map of how that 50 grand gets put to work. And I want you to notice something really important. The biggest slice of the pie, over a third of it, is for one thing: getting clients. That is absolutely on purpose. The entire system is fueled by a constant flow of new leads, and everything else is there to build the brand, the product, and the process to support that flow.
Okay, so let's start breaking this down, starting with the biggest piece, the acquisition engine. This isn't just about marketing. It's about building a machine that creates predictable growth, month in and month out.
That $18,000 has one job, and one job only: to build a paid acquisition machine. We're talking about a reliable, predictable flow of new customers. It's the lifeblood of the whole business. Because, without that, nothing else matters.
So what does that machine actually do? Well, it powers this journey for every single customer. It starts with something free, maybe a podcast or an ad. That leads them to a lead magnet, like a free guide to get their email. From there, they're offered a lower-cost accelerator program, which is the gateway to the paid community, and, for the right people, the high-ticket offers. It's a smooth, logical ladder of value. Now, this is how you know if it's actually working. It's not about feelings, it's about the math. Within the first 90 days, you want to see your cost per lead under $12. But honestly, the more important number is this ratio: the customer acquisition cost to lifetime value. The goal is a minimum of 1 to 3. That means for every dollar you spend to get a customer, you're getting at least $3 back over time. That's how you scale profitably.
Okay, so the acquisition engine is humming along, bringing in new people. But that's only half the battle. The next critical investment is in building a brand that people know, like, and trust. Because in this game, you're not just selling a course.
And this quote says it all. You are in the influence business. Period. People buy from people. They buy from brands they trust. So this part of the budget is all about manufacturing that trust and authority at scale.
And here's exactly how that 10 grand gets put into action. 4,000 goes into top-notch video production. You have to look like an expert. 3,000 is for a pro-level media kit and sponsor deck. This is what you use to attract big-time partners. And the last 3,000 is for pouring gasoline on your podcast growth, which is the central hub for all your content and authority.
So now we have leads coming in and a brand they're starting to trust. The next logical question is, what are we actually selling them? Let's talk about building the core offer.
The plan sets aside $8,000 to build out the main flagship program. Now, this isn't just for, hitting record on a camera. This is for crafting a curriculum that actually gets people results, professional design that makes it feel premium, and automating the whole student experience so you can scale it without working more hours.
And for that $8,000 investment, what's the potential return? Well, how about up to $150,000 in annual revenue from this one program alone? I mean, that is the power of a truly scalable digital product.
All right, we're on the home stretch. These last few pieces of the puzzle are what I like to call the growth accelerators. These are the systems that just amplify everything else we've built: the high-end sales, the live events, and the automation. Just look at the leverage here.
You invest $7,000 to build a system for selling high-ticket clients, and its target is over $100K in revenue. You use $5,000 as seed money for a live event, which is one of the best ways to convert those same high-ticket clients. And then, my favorite, just $2,000 on AI and automation to literally buy back 8 to 10 hours of your life every single week.
So okay, let's put all the pieces back together. When you add up the revenue from the main program, the paid community, your high-ticket sales, the live event, and even sponsorships, you're looking at a realistic annual revenue of somewhere between $320,000 and $420,000.
And here it is, the whole model in one simple picture. A $50,000 investment, a potential 8 times return on that money in a single year. You just don't see that in traditional investments. So what's the secret? What makes this possible?
The answer lies in this really powerful concept called asymmetric leverage. This is the real magic that makes this model so different from, say, just buying stocks.
Think about it. When you invest in the stock market, you have zero control. You're just along for the ride. But in this model, you are in the driver's seat. You control the inputs, the money, the effort. You control the narrative, the story you tell. You control the community you build around your brand. And you control the offers you sell. That total control is what creates this incredible opportunity.
And that, right there, is the textbook definition of asymmetric leverage. It's the insane, outsized return you can get when you have the power to influence all the key variables in your own world. It is the ultimate unfair advantage.
So at the end of the day, this isn't just a financial plan. It's a blueprint for what's possible when you deploy capital with total intention and control. And it really all boils down to one simple idea. In the business you build, you control the inputs. So the only question left is, what will you build?